I'm here. Let me just check some stuff for a sec. Yeah, we're okay. Talk to Garty, okay. What's my endurance at? Probably get to 6. Do I have anything? I think I looked. I don't have any race endurance, do I? I don't think so. I want to get that passive. I'll have to look for that later. Anyway. Game audio? There is no game audio. Game audio isn't real. Be quiet. Smallest church in St. Sains, right? The cafeteria manager is waiting for you to acknowledge that he recognized the song. Told you I'd rock that shit. It was alright. He doesn't sound like he thinks he rocked it. Subdued. I might start letting people up there again. What can I do for you? Nothing. Actually. Yes. Garty, what if I told you I got into the back room behind the blue steel door? Oh, okay, well, he controls his excitement well. I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you. He's really holding himself back here. Takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously he's been wanting to know what's behind the door. Aren't you going to ask what's back there? Okay, what is back there? Pinball machines, a pinball workshop. Ha, I knew it. I always wondered where those machines by the door came from, and they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it. He repeats. Were there any back there in working order, I mean? Didn't check. Pinball isn't relevant to the investigation. I was just wondering. He appears to be making a calculation in his head. You found pinball machines there. Thinking of selling those pinball machines, I want a fat cut. See, sweet shit. Beat your chest. I'm a disruptor. He rolls his eyes. Those machines are whirling property, but if it makes you feel any better, I'm not planning to sell them. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here, other than a hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble. Sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be overjoyed to hear that it's part of the Doom commercial area. You should still know. You must be forewarned about these things. I have to warn you. I may have discovered that the whirling is part of the Doom commercial area. What? He looks mildly startled. Why would you say that? We're at a completely different address from that whole thing. So he knows of the Doom commercial area and its address. He's thought about this. Wait, so you know of the curse? Everyone knows of it. The whirling is listed on the intercom outside as one of the businesses in Building D of the Doom commercial area. I've been working here for a long time, and that intercom has never been used by the whirling. Hold on, not once? Isn't that already a sign of decline? It's a sign of the whirling and rags not being a part of the Doom commercial area. If anything, we're revitalizing the neighborhood. Relax, Mr. Garty. I'm sure there's no doom. He simply wants to share his discoveries with you. The whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade, which failed. Though perhaps the whirling will escape the curse. Does this look like part of a doomed commercial area? He makes a sweeping gesture. This pre-revolutionary tile work, these high ceilings, the nice rooms. Well, most of the rooms. For 14 years, man, that's how long I've been working here. Kept this place up through hail and through sleet. Fuck me if some doomed ghost. He steadies his voice. He's done a fine job, too, though he's spoken of the place dismissively before. The hostel's actually very important to him. Really care about the whirling, huh? Yeah, he sighs. It's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way, especially for this neighborhood. I'm trying to keep it that way. Even if it's part of the damn Doom commercial area. Aha, so you finally admit it? Yes, your police skills have delivered. I'm sure you'll get a commendation, maybe even a promotion. Who owns this place? Some real estate management company. They never come around here, just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering might be involved. There's an acrimonious note. It's clear he's doing the real work around here. Who named it the Whirling and Rags? Sure as hell wasn't the real estate company. It was you? You look surprised? What? It's a great name, I know. Cafeteria managers come up with great names too. It's from a song. song? Hail, Holy Queen by the Ateneers. Ateneers? Hail, Holy Queen of the Sea, he quotes. You're whirling in rags, you're vast and you're sad. Good pick. Lieutenant nods. What about those other cafeterias you manage? What about them? He shrugs. One of them was a basement dive frequented by chain-smoking communists. I can't tell you how sick I am of Kraz, Magov, and Ignis Nilsson and all those old ghosts. He's hesitating, not sure if he should share this information with you. Encourage him. And the others? The other is a kebab cart. It's very successful in its way. There's something like the whirling. Good luck to you with this place, then. Luck has something to do with it. He looks to where the hidden room is. I need to think about where I'm going to place those pinballs. I have a feeling they're going to help. I got a lot of mucus today. I don't know why. Yeah. So if you didn't have anything else to tell me about my establishment, can we, wrap it up? There's a peephole in the wall. He startles. What wall? Upstairs in the secret back room right next to Clausy's bedroom. I found it when I found the pinball machines. I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you the whirling does not abide by spying on its guests. The color has straight from its face. What a shame to fix such a good peephole. Yeah, no. Alright, you've been notified. Thank you, I'll patch it up personally. Was there something else about the establishment? I hope not. Okay, no. Why isn't that interactable? Oh. I still can't click it. It's a physical instrument. Kick it. Ow! That gave me a +1. Excellent. Yell hello into the furnace. Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease, and then... Hello? You hear a woman's voice answer. You awaken the entity. This is the police. Who's there? Hello? Did you say anything? There's a pause. I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it. You hear a low rumble upstairs, the sound of a curtain being pulled aside. After you, officer. Bent metal, broken glass, your path lies strewn with the broken forms of everyday objects. Oh, here we are. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter. No, I'm just a disempowered individual trying to take my disempowerment out of everyday objects. Look, there's a discarded milk carton on the floor. Why don't you destroy that too? Good idea. Fuck you, milk carton. This is all your fault. Kudos. Anti-object task force. Take a look at your hands. See how bruised they are? See those little scars? This is Exhibit A. The material world is holding you back. Containers, mailboxes, doors, chains, they're all your enemies, always have been. Atoms themselves are in on the conspiracy, forming shapes and structures that you hate. You are energy stuck in a body. You are spirit trapped in matter. Break free. Beat up that lamppost. Let it know just how much objects suck. I think I have an anti-object task force pin, actually. Won't be unlocking that anytime soon, though. Read it. Hang on. Okay, we already went through this. Still don't know how to do the filament memory thing. Oh, I think it's talking about the mannequin. I'm trying to navigate around here. I was gonna go through that door over there. Yes. Give up, Kim. Come on. I don't even think I've been up here. Yes. Hello, I'm Naya. A bird-like woman sits on a throne of tools, with emerald light shining through her hair. You tried knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I'm listening to my milieus. She taps on her headphones. So what kind of dye are you looking for? Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her by the lynching. My milieus. Yes, a milieu is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. She pats the headphones on the table. Mostly they just teach you to swear in different languages, but some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed I must have missed you knocking. You must have me confused with someone else. I haven't knocked on your window. And how'd you get inside? By the south entrance? She blinks. You know what? Doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. You have something specific in mind? Why are you asking me about dice? I'm a novelty dice maker, she says. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yeah? As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring. Her bones light, but her hands strong. Role-playing games? You know the one made by Forge's Accent. Does that count? No, I was looking for something else. Squint your eyes mysteriously. Answers. Answers? How strange. These days people only come to me for dice and role-playing games. Not sure how helpful I'll be, but go ahead and ask. The walls around her are covered with rows of precious stones and minerals. How did you become a dice maker? How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field. Too much competition. And, well, I guess dice making is a focused field, but it feels a little niche. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there. You like role-playing games yourself? Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers, they're nice people. She's thankful for the security they provide her. What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling in rags? Nothing really. I didn't know him. So, who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant enemy here. Lieutenant looks at his notebook, then at the woman under the large window. Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening? I'm sorry, Detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. Shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. Anyway, the daily ruckus. Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. She stops to try and come up with an example. During daytime, there are usually those kids, and lately I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. It must be because of the strike. She looks up at the window. Pale light comes in. I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. You never took your eyes out the work to look out of the window? I might have, she admits, but in this case all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's light here, but dark in the yard at night. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone. This person values focus above all else. She keeps her sharp eye on the instruments before her. Do you often work Sunday nights? It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it. I prefer doing this to sitting at home. I see. Where are we anyway? What is this place? We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of coal-black soot here and there. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus. Rent dodger. Pleasance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse. Does it mean she's unlawfully occupying a part of the house? Shameful. Creative. Do you know what happened to other tenants? Everyone else is gone. More or less. She adjusts the yellow scarf that covers her hair. Are you interested in anyone specific? Rats scuttle in the dark rooms under the abandoned blow dryers and dusty mannequins. Cobwebs cover rotors and radio computers alike. So much failure. What happened to the gym? It wasn't merely a gym. It was Artemep's Boxing Club, a community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime. Who is Artemetep? A kind man from Zizemix. I hear he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym as his way of getting back. Maybe that's what Kuno needs, a community-centric boxing club. Kuno. Her eyes narrow in the dim light. Who's Kuno? Indeed, who is Kuno? Your guess is as good as mine. Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth? Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard. She looks out of the window. It's oddly quiet there at the moment. I think it'll take more than a gym to help that kid. I mean, it's a start. Judging from the kids I've met so far, it didn't really work, did it? It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines. You should have known it. Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since. Someone here makes stuffed animals? I saw mounts lying around. You Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs. He's an okay little dude. It's Kuno East who's the real problem, honestly. I think I might have a normal latency by mistake, so if there's a delay, that's why. But what drugs exactly? Let it pass. Anything else? I found creepy mannequins. There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple years until the insect rights activists came. Insect rights activists? What in the name of... The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. You know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin suppliers, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection. Insects don't have any brains or feelings. Actually, insects do have brains, she corrects you. But yes, I understand what you're saying. I think the protesters took a little too far. As she shifts around, you notice several dead flies on the windowsill in front of her, legs up. They're not moving. Anything else? So the rotor blades and skis. They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. She rests on her chin on her hand with an impish smile. I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tallulah or Tuamutiri or Kashkor or wherever he is. Honorable. Maybe she doesn't really seem to care much about honor. But Slipstream's history now, all the remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around the house. Not much use now, I guess. Not a strange machine. Fortress Accent, the radio game studio. She closes her eyes as some remnant of a memory lights up her face. She liked them. They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over a brawl. They certainly took their work very seriously. Even they seem to be chronically liberal with their schedules. What do you mean liberal? What happened? The usual, they ran out of money and couldn't get the project done in time. What went wrong? Well, I did hear them talking at times. She looked through the hallways if she can still hear them chit-chat behind their curtains on a cigarette break. They seemed to believe they were historic individuals in some grand quest. From what I've seen so far, the project did look quite impressive. Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. Oof. Jeez. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic and to show up to work on time. She's right. Showing up to work on time is important. Yeah, that's a thing. Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult, especially if you've been drinking. I'm gonna be a normal person in this conversation. She seems like a nice lady. I'm not gonna be weird. That's too bad. I would have supported them. The project looked great. Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings. She tosses a pair of dice on the table. One of them stops near the edge of the metallic desk. The result is 1 on a 20-sided die. Ooh, nat 1. The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes like snowfall. Anything else? There was a terrifying taxidermied bear in the cellar. Oh boy, the fabled Revachol Ice City. You're in for a treat here. She smiles and leans closer, hands on her knees like a stand-up comedian ready to tell a story. The place is owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas. Alright, what about their other ideas? There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. Jesus, 20 cents per hour. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared disturb their bored magazine browsing. So it's like the, Freet clerk. She leans back disapproving. Freet does the same thing. Ah, I just said so. I know, a girl just like that. She works in Freet as cashier and she's not particularly friendly. Employing sulky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. Talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with Revachol Ice City. They already had the bear. She closes her eyes as if remembering something painful. What about the bear? The bear, she repeats, pressing her thumbs into her temples like trying to suppress a headache. Didn't work out? Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Revachol Ice City lost a price war to its rival Glacé 5000. I'm going to say that. Glacé 5000 sold caramel sundaes only for 5 cents. For only 5 cents a piece out of regular fridges. The market doing its job. Maybe, because the taxidermist who made the bear definitely wasn't doing his job, I mean. How come? He said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he meant his vision beast was high on desiccants. He called it Megatherian. Oh, so it was that guy who did drugs, okay. Scary, but cool. Megatherian? Megatherian, not the dice maker. A mega wild beast. What's a mega wild beast? It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life. By telling you to do more drugs, mostly. A wise and noble beast guiding you toward the lane where the streets are paved with drugs? The horrific necktie tightens around your neck, strangely excited, but doesn't feel particularly fun this time around. Not now, you beast. What? Nothing. Right, says the dice maker. She doesn't look entirely convinced. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire. I say I'm not going to act weird, and then I do that. She seems almost sad finishing the story. Some dust beams swirl in the afternoon air. Her eyes follow it idly. Little sparkling embers on the window. Outside is the light. Light scatters from the low-hanging cloud cover. There's always the thread of snow. I found the building's intercom, but it's not working. Oh, right. She rubs her forehead. Her scarf is left with faint line on her dusky skin. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wire. Sorry about the confusion. Just talking to my demons, no big deal. Should tell me you have a doorbell here? Which one? The one with an empty name card. It's the last one on the list. I said it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet. A few more questions about the building. Sure, I'm listening. I can come back to this, I guess. Any other questions? I've heard this place is cursed. Do you know that people call it the doomed commercial area? I've heard the stories. She nods as the wind howls in from the furnace shaft above. But I don't think those stories are true. Pleasance is the one who sent me. She's convinced that the place is swarming with malicious energies. Pleasance, the bookshop lady. She raises her brows. I've heard their business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow? Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers, and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going. Alright, but it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling and rag? Some people say it's part of the building complex. No, the whirling isn't doing well either. Its waitress just took off, and customers have trouble paying bills. And there's me. She sighs, looking at her messy work table. All kinds of tools lie there scattered, from knives to carving files to wire cutters. Been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea. Yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it? Well, I mean, you're not technically in the building. You're in the fucking chimney. So I think that's kind of a technicality, man. Because she's in cahoots with the demons. Pleasance thinks it's because you're the source of it, a malignant entity. Malignant entity, what does that even mean? The dice maker laughs. Some kind of sorceress? What about you, officer? Do you think I'm some kind of malignant entity? The jig is up. The she-demon knows you've uncovered her true identity. Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the force of the universe is supporting you in the psychic quest. Honestly, still not sure. This world is a puzzling place. Is it now? She squints at you from her desk. I always thought it was a rather mundane and boring place with no supernatural surprise in sight. Actually, that's completely wrong, and you're wrong, and there actually is lots of supernatural surprises and shit, so, If you ever find a way to explain all those inconsistencies in the curse, let me know. Hang on. Gotta put on my thinking clothes. I'm gonna keep these on too, because I need to pass that shivers check back in the fucking Feld building. That shivers check, I think that shivers check is like the one skill check you have to pass. And there's just no way. Oh yeah, we're doing this. A gust of cold air sweeps through the chimney. The stones and minerals on the shelves rattle as though agitated. For a moment, it almost feels as though you're outside the building, exposed to the atmosphere. This is still just a theory, but hear me out. I think I know why your business hasn't failed. Didn't we already talk about this? She asked as the wind continues to seep in through the cracks in the old chimney. It's because you're not in the same building as the others. This isn't technically the Doom commercial area. What are you talking about? She says, shaking her head. My address is exactly the same, Rue de Saint Ghislaine 10. No, the old coal plant that used to be here was subsumed into the new venture. Its ruins swallowed up. Yet it has a different address in the heart of the city. No, this used to be a coal plant. Touch the safety curtains. You're in the chimney of another building. This doesn't make any sense. She looks around the makeshift nest that she's carved out for herself, bewildered. Are you saying my business was spared because of a technicality? Where is this coming from? Misusing logic, it's windy in here. You probably haven't properly sealed the chimney crown. Huh, she says, looking up. You're right, I should take a trip to the roof once the snow is gone. Does that mean I'm safe from failure? Don't let her become complacent. She still needs to ward her soul against evil forces. No one's really ever safe from the failure. She starts laughing, her fingers trying to rub away the exhaustion from her face. What? You know what this is? She raises her hand to reveal a piece of metal shining in her index finger. Looks like a regular piece of jewelry to me. It's a mourning ring, she replies. I made this when my first company failed. It was a small jewelry shop right here in the East Delta Commerce Center, built with the little I inherited from my parents. I drove it into the ground within a year. I didn't have what you would call a viable business plan. Why are you telling me this? It wasn't just the jewelry shop either. I always thought that was just the world, that you were supposed to try again and again until you finally succeed. Now you're telling me what? It was all because I didn't run my little shop's inventors from a dump inside an abandoned chimney? I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. It's entropy. Yeah, she stares out of the window, not really hearing your words. Well, maybe it's the entire world that's cursed. It's such a precarious place. Nothing ever works out the way you wanted. That's why people like role-playing games. You can be whoever you want to be. You could try again. Still, there's something inherently violent even about dice rolls. It's like every time you cast a die, something disappears, some alternative ending or an entirely different world. She picks up a pair of dice from the table and examines them into the light. Yes, got that. But anyway, thanks for sharing your theories, officer. That's a very good thought we got. Seems like the point of this game is victory, the absence of defeat on all fronts. Victory in business ventures and creative undertakings, victory in love and over other people, political victory, ideological victory, hell, even sexual victory. Definitely a lot of object-based victories too, having things and not losing them. One problem though, not a lot of victors in sight. Everyone's mostly losing. Why is that? And how do you not lose? Yeah, I'm gonna be right back for just 1 second. I gotta get some water. Back. Alright. Back out we go. Turn down my headphones a little bit. Still nobody else here. Have you by any chance heard the Vegeta? I forgot how to fucking say this again. Vegeta. That's the one. Say the password to your computer. Too many times, I say. You need it for something? Yes, it's for our first-degree murder investigation in Martinez. Don't sweat it, Vato. The password is afterlife death. What do you think of that? It makes me almost pay la nihilista pequina when I hear it. Good, thanks. Oh, I skipped that dialogue for some reason. What the fuck am I doing? Yeah, Fortress accent like the one in the Doom commercial area. I have two machines registered with the company name Martinez, one St. Brune and one and the other on Rue de St. Ghislaine. St. Brune is the church, the Lieutenant Justice is around him. And Rue de St. Ghislaine, that's the Dune commercial area. Anything else I can help you with? You have a password? Afterlife death. Good, I've unlocked the filament. After ending call, please press print to access the filament. Thank you. Goodbye, Fortress accent. Read the printout. First entry made on the 4th of February 51 by an unknown author is short and concise. Arrived at the church, the door was boarded up, so I used a crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted, nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath. 4th of February, that's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines been here for quite a while. This might be connected to the case. Our case? No, I don't think so. Must be some local. His eyes one of the various machines around him. Eccentric. Second entry. Had a little chat with the local fisherman, said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It was a little spooky, alright. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See, even one of the spookers themselves is unnerving. What is that about narcotics? This could prove to be interesting. Narcotics? I doubt we could find any. It's just idle fishermen's gossip to scare away the kids. Look through the stained glass window. Nothing spooky about this place either. It's just abandoned and cold in an awful part of town. Pretty spooky to me. Read the third entry. 7th of February 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking Esker series, something advanced. Why don't you need an antenna? Why would anyone need any of this equipment here? He steps on wire running on the ground, expecting with his boot. Read the fourth entry. 8th of February 51, bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up, called Simo for help. Heard the others are back to making art, drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislaw started a rock band. Again, Lexi's been seen asking money from strangers. At least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor, they can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, well, they're fucked. I just had to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how I managed to wipe out the backup when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know, everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right. Data loss? Seems like something to do with radio computers. Fortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author's saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. He adjusts his glasses. Let's just keep reading. Artists, programmers, Lexi, who are all those people? These people worked in the radio computer games business. The one we saw in the Doom commercial area, they must be her former co-workers. 5th entry. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. I think now set up in the church, going to start working tomorrow at 8 a.m. The strike. He strokes his chin. We're nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what that radio what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place. Read the 6th entry. I've been setting data out to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but it's nothing. Didn't even feel like logging into the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics. She's talking about. Looks to his right towards the silence. Read the 7th entry. Yes, the first recordings confirmed that the swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or could be connected to the data loss that led me here. A pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. She's suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk? What could it be? Look at the water basins behind you. The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them, no ripples. Read the 8th entry. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I'm trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous that I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good. I don't want anyone distracting me from my work. A disco man must be a cell. Must be describing a cell. Girl on the ice sounds like her, yeah. The 9th entry. Got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks it's part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her. That's me. How is the one who broke into the radio computer? And the storekeeper must be Plessens. Knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with that machine. Read the 10th entry. New 2mm aux cable. Hold on. Two millimeter aux cable, noodles, crackers, ping pong energy drinks, water, toothpaste, gum, some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of a church door opening. Strange woman makes straight for the radio computer. Oh, whoops. Breaking into my radio computer, I see. She glares at you as she holds down the off button for several seconds. The machine reboots. I do apologize for the intrusion, madam. We're the RCM, you see. We're looking for a suspect in a murder investigation. We thought they might be hiding here. No one's hiding here. She merely looks up from the keyboard. You hear the machine whir back to life. It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now, please, give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything. You should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine. You done yet? Hey, you know what? I'll give you a couple minutes. I got somewhere else to be right now. Running with crowbars. Don't worry, I'm a police officer. You can trust me. I don't know if I can do anything about this now. Oh, yeah. She said tire tracks into the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. Why am I looking at this? Cop habit, you look at everything. This isn't case related, you think? I'm gonna want like 3. It's probably a... Ooh, yeah. What kind of vehicle drove through here? Hard to say. Tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message written in the language of burnt rubber. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there. Then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager. Why that pang of guilt again? What happened next? The driver proceeded back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south. Must have been in a hurry. So I started off in my motor carrier before sinking it in the sea. No one in the cafeteria manager seemed frustrated when he was giving us directions to the yard. Well, he gestures toward the gaping hole in the fence. He did provide us with a very convenient access point to the crime scene. I think I got it. Figured I'd get that out of the way. Didn't give me any XP, but you know. I guess I can come back here, so maybe there'll be something new. Hang on. Flashlight. Afterlife death. Not the production schedule after ending call. Place press print. Really? She just used the same password? The lieutenant seems almost disappointed to discover that. Haha! She's not immune to common computer user foibles. Fortress accent. Is there anything else I can do for you today? No. Thank you and goodbye. Print. Oh shit. Print. With quiet determination, the purchase starts printing a piece of paper unfolding like a handheld fan. A black crisscross of letters covers its surface. It's a project report written by lead producer Andy Schott about Reroll Untethered, a radio game developed by Studio Fortress Accent. First few pages give an overview of the capital and workforce, while the rest of it seems to be production schedule. Worry about the capital, I want to know about money. In its short time of existence, Fortress Accent SCA managed to burn through truly insane amounts of money. The first tranche of seed financing brought in 150,000 real, but then came the delays. Eventually the damage reached 400,000 real, with only half the game finished. 400,000 real. John my Jew, these guys know how to party. Gosh, where they get all this money? Let's just say it was a real adventure for the Iguanajan investor. Hear about the workforce who worked there how long? Fortress Accent employed 18 people, the bulk of the team composed of writers and concept artists. There were also radio programmers, sound engineers, a CEO, 2 marketing experts, and a single overburdened producer who developed a habit of popping perholidon in the basement to escape his obligations. On the other hand, their obligations were piling up at an inhumane rate, at a rate that can only be amended by perholidon. Skim through the production schedule, whatever it is. Their production schedule depicts their glorious descent into bankruptcy. Right, what happened? It was impossible not to fail. The product was too large, and no amount of money could satiate the ever-expanding ambitions of the development team. They tried to make it a 4 million real game with 400,000 in their bank account. They thought they could bridge the gap with pure willpower and imagination. They couldn't. I could have bridged the gap. No, you couldn't have. Impossible failure. What do you mean I totally could have? Definitely not. These are all impossible rules. Not a chance. Even then, success remained within an ever-narrowing margin of possibility that, despite everything, never entirely disappeared. That is, until they discovered the Valley of the Heads. The what? At the 11th hour, the lead designer Zemensk-born Sulislav Zawiza decided that we're all untethered near a secret mystical location at the extreme edge of the map. This place was to be the Valley of the Heads, where the heads of all the headless constructs could be found. The player would then have been able to choose a head for their headless party member, and each head would have been voiced on air by a professional actor. This is some insane shit. Who were these people? The world had never seen their kind before and might never again. How many heads were there? So many. At last count, there were approximately 10,000 heads for 10,000 headless men, all of which could be endlessly recombined. How many combinations can you make out of that? Do you really want to know? There seems to be a calculation here, but it may take a while. Yeah, how bad could it be? Oh, it keeps going. It keeps going, dude. It keeps keep going. Keep going. I want to see how big this number is, dude. This is the third one. No, oh my god, dude. That's a big number. Lieutenant taps his foot impatiently, his arms folded tight against his chest. He's dying for a cigarette. Come to think of it, you are too. Oh my god, this kid's still going. What have I done? Oh no, I can't stop it. Is anyone still counting? I'm not counting. I'm just, numbers. What if you broke the radio computer? What if it's never going to stop? Just let the numbers wash over you. I've done. Oh my god. Oh, there's the zeros, finally. That's a lot of zeros. Someone tell me, how many... What number is this? Is there a word for this kind of number? And that's it. Yeah, and that's it. Oh my god. That was, an experience. Okay, so that's what did them in? Well, yeah, that and the catastrophic data loss. The what now? On the nature of the data loss, there's honestly little information in the production log. It comes at the very end where things get fuzzy and dark, where tables and numbers seem to vanish into nearly nothingness. Before the iguanogen investor pulled the plug. What is clear is that one day an unidentified numeric anomaly occurred on the East Insulindian Lintel front just as the Whirl untethered project was being compiled that day. This is a reference to the fact that originally the thought cabinet and thoughts were supposed to talk to each other. Oh my god, that would be fucking sick, honestly. I think it's also a reference to the fact that this game needed so many goddamn voice actors for all the people to be voiced in the final cut. I see why they didn't do that, but yeah, that would have been pretty sick. And the anomaly caused all the data to get lost in the air. When the project was returned, it was completely blank. The team spent weeks on the phone with Lintel, the service provider, but despite their diagnosis, they could never produce a satisfactory explanation or pay for the loss. Wasn't there a copy of the game, a backup? Mysteriously enough, it seems that the offsite copy happened to be on-site when the catastrophic data loss occurred. It was the lead programmer's responsibility to oversee weekly maintenance on the offsite copy and, well, keep it offsite. An explanatory note from the lead programmer has been attached. What does it say? Sorry, my eye itches. As Lua Kennan killed the lead programmer in Fortress accident. The offsite copy was on-site because there was no offsite anymore. Not for me, not after 8 months of crunch. I didn't have a home anymore, so I started keeping it in the basement, in the ice bear refrigerator near where I went to sleep. It was perfectly safe there. The temperature conditions were optimal. It's not very convincing, is it? Her former colleagues would agree with you. Is there anything else from this lead programmer? The production schedule ends with a few random notes that seem to be added sometime later. Read the notes at the end. 4 months later by an unknown author. I am the only one left. It's gotten rather damp here. A few other businesses have gone under too. Slipstream switched to making skis and the hairdressers just left. Cursing Martinez. They're right though. Something seriously wrong with this place. Martinez, all of it. Still haven't gotten an answer from Lintel about what happened. All I can get were the physical coordinates of the error on the East Insulindian front that day. Since the computation happened on air, I reckon it had to coincide with an actually existing location. I compared the coordinates to a map of Ravachol West. Turns out it's only 800 meters from here. The address is St. Brune, 1147. Going there to look this thing in the eye. Cool, I can still sell it. That is my hustle grind, baby. What do we do next? I guess I'll go back to Suna. It's probably done by now. Not where every time someone in the chat says Sigma, you get 10 cents. No, it should be you get 1 Riel if you say you're not an ultra liberal, Harry. I didn't break anything, did I? No, you just print out my personal log and wasted some paper. It does not look like a big loss to her. Are you the lead programmer of Rural Untethered by any chance? Yes, she thinks to herself, or no, not anymore. That project is dead. She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized, rather sad. Rather sad. She's something passed over her face before she straightens her back. Sorry, but who are you? What are you doing here? I am Suna Lucanen killed. The former lead programmer of Fortress Accent and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I am proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really care how I can help you. She turns back to the terminal. You see anyone suspicious? Like a woman named Ruby? What? No, no one's suspicious around here. What are you doing in an abandoned church? You really like those questions, don't you? There's a hint of amusement in her tired eyes. I'm a police officer. They're bloodshot. She really hasn't been getting much sleep lately, hasn't she? You're occupying a public space. I need to know what you're doing here. I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out, she says, ready to stand her ground. What research? I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world. She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. Lieutenant raised his brows but doesn't say anything. Is the hole connected to the data loss in your journal? Yes, that's what led me here. She stares at the burnished antenna on a nearby table. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that. What does it mean exactly? Exactly, what does it mean? There's something frantic about her as she locks her gaze with you, eyes shining like pearls. Up to now, it's been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that doesn't exist? She's suddenly absorbed in the conversation, waiting for you to answer. It's a little above your pay grade at the moment. Shit. I don't know, I'm not here for some science. I just want to solve a murder so I can go home. You measure it by its surroundings, by that which does exist, she replies. Which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins. Hydro transducers. So that's what those water basins are. Devices for recording sound through water. How big is that? 12? But honestly, it's not progressing very well. She grows silent, staring at a circle of basins. Looks like some ancient ritual. You have any idea where this hole might be located? Somewhere underneath the roof beams, I assume? She looks up, eyes trying to pierce the pitch-black heights above, but without much success. Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark, most of the tower disappearing into the shade. Strange things may flourish in the dark. Why there? There's this place at the back of the church, a place where all audible vibrations seem to decrease. I named it the Swallow, and the higher you go, the less you record. The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just architectural quirk? Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place. That's where that crabman lives. I know. You don't think the crabman might be somehow responsible here? No, I don't. She sounds mildly annoyed by this line of questioning. Her hands typing hundreds of commands in the machine. You said the research isn't going well. Why not? Because just trial and error, trying to locate the the exact point in space. I don't have a... She stopped mid-sentence. You know what? It would be really helpful if you just stop talking and let me work. Great, her hands are on the keyboard. Thanks. You seen the crab man? No. But do you know he's around? Yes. Sounds like you're not worried about him at all. No, you're right. I'm not. Her voice trails off. She bent over to tinker with the machine's printer. There's so many machines in this place. I brought them here. They're my machines. Please don't touch anything. What are you doing with your radio computer? I am working. The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core, the light casting her face in a strange shadow. Working on what? Could you... She closed her eyes. Could you just for a moment? Or get to the point? I really need to focus on something. It's not just rudeness. It's really hard to concentrate on whatever she needs to do, and you're not helping. Alright, I'll try not to touch anything. Great. How do you feel about animatic dance music? What? She squints her eyes. I hate it. Okay, wow, that was quick. Why do you hate it? Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind, it sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with ear dancing or music. Right, but how do you feel about a club for animatic dance music? This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? She looks up, shaking her head. Got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here. What do they want to build, then? Take a guess, why don't you? I'm still convinced they want to establish a nightclub for animatic dance music. They said it's their dream. Lead programmer size. I can't believe they got you so easily. Go over and talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks. Good luck. Lieutenant notes, I'm not coming in there. Can I actually retry that check right now? So the dice maker, by the way, if you buy a dice from her, it lets you unlock certain skill checks. But you can only buy one ever, and it takes like a day to get it, so I'm not trying to not gonna rush that. I need to, not until I need it, you know? Plus I don't even know what most of the dice do. What the heck are those guys in the tent? Hang on, let's try and use this useless map. Yeah, where's the fucking... I completely forgot where the ravers were. This just gave me a useful map. Yeah, it's over here. Okay. Or you a drawbridge, you can only load from the other side. Oh, a shortcut. Sigma ultra liberal grind set. Oh, there's something on the other side. Hold on. Painting of Eternite has been planted in the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A strong gust of wind might be enough. What is this? It's like a makeshift bridge. The lieutenant adjusts his collar, gets a cool breeze. Could be convenient. Push it over. Hang on. I have to put on my thinking suit. I am now a pillar of logic. I mean, I think electrochemistry would just notice that there were drugs there, and it wouldn't think deeper about that. You need a logic for that. Okay, this is better. Maybe everything isn't quite as you've been told. Take a moment to analyze. Got it. A number of things don't add up. Let's take a look. I got bad news for you, Andre. Things don't add up. What things? Now, before I go, there's just one more thing I need to ask you about here. One more question. I'm like Columbo. Especially with this hat. No. This isn't the makings of a club. It's a tent full of laboratory equipment for manufacturing drugs. I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers. He points to the speaker. The one speaker. They have one speaker. Where's his friend? Did he lose his friend? What do you mean friend? The other speaker. You only have one. It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction Let me try that again. It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Other speaker. It's maybe the brain damage shocking, but you definitely never heard of monodynamic or one-speaker system. You have no headphones. Wouldn't a cell need headphones to spin tape? What do you know about spinning tape? Nothing. And nosifed is here for its active ingredient. You said it was for his nose. What more do you want? Likely pseudoephedrine, almost exactly the shape of ephedrine. Ephedrine makes you happy, and so does pseudoephedrine. Distilled water, cornerstone of a clean lab. And of all cellular-based life. What's your point, Lawbringer? Ooh, I can upgrade. Hold on. Oh, I really want the top. I really want the. Yeah, you know what? I will. No need for me to pile on anymore, is there? Oh shit, he sounds tired. In short, you try to use a police detective to set up a drug lab. That's... he waves his hands. Come on, that's... against the law? I meant to say not true. Soon to hint that there's something else going on, that I'm being naive. Hey man, who knows what she's on about? I don't get it. She doesn't want us in the church. She's got something against us. Who doesn't like to dance? She doesn't like to dance. So what are we gonna do with you? What do you mean, do? There's resignation in his voice. Someone's ready to drop the act. Wouldn't take a lot of pushing. You tell me what's really going on and we'll work from there. I can be lenient. What do you mean by lenient? Not calling back up and hauling you all off to the pen for starters. Okay, man, okay. He raises his hands. Things are just so hard for an entrepreneur in the city right now. Oop, you're starting off good. You're starting off good. It's not like we lied when we said we want to turn the church into the wickedest club in East Revachol. Because we do. We totally do. We just need to turn it into a speed lab before. To get our foot in the door. And why did you need me? Like I told you, spooky assholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago the place was empty and now it's all spooked up. They're not really spooky, are they? No man, they're spooky alright. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there. But the sign was way off too. I couldn't feel the love at all. Sorry, you promised you'd be lenient. I promised I could be lenient. This is it, judgment time. Let's do this clean. No speed lab, just a club for anodic music. Yeah. The young man's smile widens to inhuman proportions. His teeth beam in the floodlight. I knew it. The would-be leader drops his spiked head between his knees. It's impossible now. No, Andre, it's harder now. This hard cop has come to show us how much the fish is of the fish, and how much the fish is, and the fish is always so much more. We all know there was never going to be a club for anodic music with the speed lab. Now it has a fighting chance. What's that about a fish? There needs to be a club for the anodic music in there. It needs to. Everyone hates each other. Everyone hates it here. It's all this drugs and we're slaves and I can't. We're running out of time. We need a win, Andre. He looks to you. I promise this will be a win. We won't cook speed in there. We'll do it clean. We'll do it true. We'll do it sober and real and beautiful. This will be a victory for the light. This will be nothing. You can hear the ice crack underneath you. Outside, the last century waterfront development is crumbling in the wind. A grape shop row of falling houses. So is Rue de Saint Jerome and all the houses on Main Row. The old cinema is sinking underneath the Villa Lobos. Does anyone feel that? What? Nothing. Let's call it instant crime prevention, but I have my eye on you. Let's call this instant crime prevention, but I have my eye on you. Okay, we'll try to do it without the drugs. He raises his head from between his knees. We'll do a straight up club here, spinning the mass reels and nothing but I swear to God. Okay, Egg? From here on, it'll be straight all the way. About the church, I checked it out. And he tenses up. What happened? I talked to the crab man. Oh man, who is he? What did you think? You were right. He's a true narcomaniac, and the way he climbs was terrifying. Right? There's something really odd about him. What's he doing in the church anyway? He's preaching and praying from the looks of it. No matter, the paranoid young man mumbles gruffly. Is he going to be a problem? Yeah, no, it is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we going to do about him? Actually, he told me he wouldn't mind the nightclub at all. I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? He rubs his jaw. A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time? Don't worry. I don't think he really gives a damn about you or anyone else. Guess it's not a massive problem now that I think of it. Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light. Yeah. Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay. What about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes. Did you see her? I was using the mainframe when Suna, the former lead programmer of Fortress Action, appeared. A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub? She did not like the animatic dance club idea. What a pity. That's my favorite thing in the world. He drops the hammer back into a toolbox. She doesn't like it at all. A shame, he sighs. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam and into a laser-lit future of dance and unity? Unity! Dance! She made it very clear that she won't leave until her own product is finished. And you can't just evict her? It won't evict her. We have to come up with a different solution. Look at you, Honor Man. No, Noid, he's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We make a deal not to bother her. That's okay with her. We only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music. The lines in the dark exist. Coexist. At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand. Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower and the programmer. Does she like analog dance music? I think she just said that. I think I just said that she doesn't. She absolutely does not. Really, truly despises it. AK cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it. No worries, we'll figure it out. The man nods enthusiastically, then leads in and whispers. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think? Alright, I'll see how it goes. Excellent. Good luck, my friend. He smiles wide like a replica of his friend with a large head. Goodbye, officer. Ignore my costume change. You see that seagull up there? Remind you of anyone? Me? Kim? What? Kim? No, it's you. You and the seagull are just alike. Why am I like a seagull? Think about the seagull's story. It's one of endurance and adaptation. The seaside was paradise once. They were birds of that paradise. Then their paradise became shit city. And what did they became urban survivors, eating burgers out of trash cans, killing and eating pigeons. No time for that sentimental bullshit. They're hustlers getting shit done. They're one pair of track pants away from gangsters just like you. Hold on. Have I ever eaten a burger out of the trash? You have. The body remembers. Fucking right. Whatever it takes to survive. I am the seagull. Own it. Steal hot dogs. Shit in the sand. Whatever it takes to keep going. Fantastic. Seagull mindset. I'm all for it. Must take a lot of patience to do that. I run into it. Knock it over. No, okay. Free beer. It's raining, so I might have a buff. Nope, but I am. That is a very good one. Okay, quick save. Okay, this fails again. Listen to the wind. Suddenly there's a sigh, carrying the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you on her breath, flowing through it. Where does it go? In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and the beach below the boardwalk, its winding tunnels whisper away. What is happening? She's down there. Say, I think she's down there, below the building. Okay, why? Ever since I woke up, maybe even before, I've been getting these strange cold spells. Good, good, yes, cold spells. He seems incredulous. So basically your hangover is telling you she's down there. We looked everywhere else. Right, he shrugs. How do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically. There's a ladder next to the sign. Perhaps we can climb it, enter the roof. Perhaps you can climb them. We're not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old and I plan to live to see 70. There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. Look around and find something to break off if the ladder fails. Actually, hang on. Is that... If I go in there, is that like the point of no return? I think that might be. That may just be. Hang on. I'm gonna cheat for a second. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, so if we go in there, we start the end game, basically. There's still a lot of stuff we need to do. So yeah, we can end the game now, I think. whenever we want, but I don't want to yet. I have more things to do. I don't even know my gun. If I go into the end game without my gun, it's going to be very bad. But I can take off this ridiculous outfit now. I can put on this ridiculous outfit. Coming up to the end already? I mean, yeah. There's a lot of side content we haven't started yet, so... Still have a lot to do. A lot to do. Ooh, there's more. Ooh, there's more. Holy shit. What do we do next? On the boardwalk. I don't know what I'm looking for. Bullet traces. I don't see anything here. Alright, let's go advance the Raver quest, and then we'll probably call it a stream. And I'm in the wrong direction. What if you didn't have to leave? I talked to Andre. He wants to make it work. I don't want to make anything work, she replies, her expression unchanged. Well, you want to make anything work? Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work. Something anodic dance music that's made her bitter. It's the failure of Fortune's accident. Are you bitter because your radio game project failed? That's right. Something strange shines in her eyes. If we could get our Welkins to happen. If we couldn't get our Welkins to happen, I don't want anything to happen. Ever again. There's not a trace of irony in her voice. She means it. Wow. Okay. Hold on. Save. Make sure. Consider cooperate. Easy. When her research is done, she can move out. Listen, about your research. You mentioned earlier it's not going very well. Maybe I can help with something? What? She looks up from her work disoriented. No, I don't really need any help with the project. But if I could help you finish the project, then you wouldn't have to live in a church next to the boom boom anymore. Just think about it. She thinks about it, a glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind blows, brings in more snow from the broken gallery. Touches her hair. Alright, she finally says, blinking twice. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory and I'm unable to go fetch it myself. Oh, I have to give it to you? I can't sell it? Fuck, okay. Is this the one you're looking for? No, that's the production schedule you stole and accessed without authorization. She's tapping the table in a badly concealed impatience. I don't need it. Okay. Okay, so I can keep this one and sell it. Fantastic. In his defense, it was simply lying in the desk drawer of an abandoned cubicle. Okay, but still. What's an offsite copy and why do you need it? It's a backup of my former employer's product, the radio game we're working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio computer. She points to the glowing cube inside the machine. The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You have to go to my old workspace and get the filament. By your old workspace, do you mean the Studio Fortress Action in the Duke commercial area? Yeah, that's the one. You can get into the bookshop, you just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady. Actually, I've already been inside the Doom commercial area. Good, then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the building cellar. The filament is inside the fridge, just go and get it. Okay, I'll be sure to push over the dead body. Where exactly is the offsite copy? In the giant ice bear fridge I just told you. It has red glowing eyes, it's possible to miss. You just need to get the offsite copy from the ice bear. Why can't you go and get it yourself? The bookstore lady hates me, says I'm part of the curse, whatever that means. Why does she think you're part of the curse? Because she's from Martinez, and people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil. What if it does emit elemental evil? It doesn't emit, it receives. She stopped explaining. You sound just like her. She started praying when she first saw my REM, turned to higher powers. The lieutenant coughs like he's amused. Once I came in one morning to only find that my terminal was full of those strange trinkets and amulets, wards. They're like some Seminine magic. Alright, I'll go look for the offsite copy. Thanks, she thinks for a moment, then reaches behind the radio computer, hands you what looks like an oversized pry bar. And here's my fall-stun multi-tool. You might need to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offsite copy, then keep the cause fund. Hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy to be parting with her cause fund. Better crowbar? Better crowbar. Hell yes. It looks like a placeholder. Kvalson brand brick. Why am I going over here? I go over here. Look at this thing, bro. I'm just toting around a brick. My Kvalson brand demolisher. Still can't open that. Fantastic. I can't see the offsite copy anywhere. Someone must have taken it. What does the note say? What note? There it is. Note was written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets had less spots on its surface. Is this anything interesting? Lieutenant leans closer to read the crumpled note over your shoulder. It's tangential at best, but Lieutenant, detective instinct is still active. Someone scribbled, S, I can't believe the off-site copy's still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care of Suslaw. Someone with the filament, but who? Suslaw, wasn't he one of Miss Lucan and Killed's co-workers? He tilts his head. I remember coming across the name when we were reading her personal log. What's a filament memory? Belonging inside a radio computer storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, but only for a computer. Who's the illiterate ginger kid? Really? Lieutenant looks at you, the corner of his mouth curved into a smug grin. You know, a single guess? You mean Cuno? No, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory, even if he doesn't know what to do with it. He'd probably try to pawn it for speed based on our encounter. You have any idea where the frozen ice cream maker could be? I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge. We did see one right next to the breaker box. Now, hopefully I can interact with it. Oh, there we go. Maybe this is part of the lost progress from before. Wow, even with the benefits, that's a bit steep. Hang on. Putting on the big boy pants for this. It gives you minus shivers because it's weatherproof. Okay. Pants are on. Ice groans and howls under the strain of your giant Falson multi-tool until the lid cracks open. Darkness lies inside, but you can faintly make out the object. Intricate and foreign, left there for a sub-zero beauty sleep. A filament memory with the words off-site copy written on its side. Disappointment washes over you as you stare into the almost empty ice cream maker. What? No ice cream? A scoop of ice cream would have been nice, yes. The lieutenant agrees. Someone's stomach grumbles. The room feels very cold. Should take it back to Mr. Lieutenant Killed as soon as possible. I'm not sure how well unused filament tolerate room temperatures. Yes, but aren't you curious to know what's on the precious filament? There's a radio computer upstairs. Oh, yes, I am. Actually, she might know. Hold on. She might know. She might know. Not a quick save. She knew last time. She might know again. It's the offsite copy. Might have the password. Afterlife death. No, that's not it. Oh. What do you mean that's not it? Shit. I don't have the password. I guess she's not as stupid as I thought. Okay. If there's actually no way to get to it, I'm reloading the save because she'll probably know. Because they register your login attempt. Yeah, I don't think you can read the offsite copy. I'm just going to reload the save thing. It's not that I'm scared of pissing her off, but I just don't want to fail the club. You know? I don't want to fail the ravers. Those promising young men, you know? Who may or may not be doing a speed lab. But I got them away from that. It'd be nice if there's like at least an auto travel, you know? Like a marketplace on anywhere on the map and you just automatically run to it. Speaking of, I should probably change my pants. And my shirt. Now we'll talk to her, and then we will probably call it. About the offsite copy. Alright, the filament. Thanks. She takes the filament, inspecting the metallic tape on its side. Looks like it's the one. What's going to happen now? Now I'm going to print it out and see what's left of it. She's already inserted the filament into the radio computer's core, ready to close the door. Wait, no, that's dangerous. You shouldn't do it. Wait, don't put it in yet. It might be dangerous. She starts laughing, but stops almost immediately, her voice oddly humorless. No, it's not dangerous, just depressing. What are you even hoping to find? I have a theory, she says as the filament clicks into place. Lintel was able to divine the anomaly's location from this broken copy. I want to repeat the calculation, only this time with better equipment. Watch, she says, and presses print on the machine's keyboard. What an intricate display of failure. The paper starts filling out with ink, soaking it in a gleaming darkness. Not a single line of data stands out. Now what? Suna doesn't reply, her hands running over the printout. She's looking for something. For her morning star, eyes scouring the millimeters. Here, she suddenly says, rising her ink-stained fingertip. I found it. Where? Hold on. She's behind the keyboard now, typing in some numbers that only she understands. The terminal beeps and the light inside starts pulsing like a glowing heart. Not sure this is a good idea, tinkering with... don't say anything. Just give me a second, she remembers. I'm almost... She clocks up her typing speed. Lieutenant leans closer to whisper. I've never witnessed a programmer at work before. Done. Suna jumps up from the keyboard like a spring. I've got it. I found the location of the anomaly. There's joy in her voice as she bumps her fist into the air. You did it? You found the coordinates? Found the coordinates. She lets out a celebratory laugh. She's beaming. You feel it in her heart. Oh my god, congratulations. Thank you, she yells back with a grin. So where is it? Where is your 2mm hole in the world? There, in the swallow. She points to the other end of the church where a group of water bowls form a ritualistic arch. Think you can help me again? She tilts her head, eyes sparkling. Sure. I need you to go move those water bowls for me. I need to double check my calculations. Just walk over to the circle and follow my instructions. Move the third bowl 2 centimeters to the left and the fourth bowl 5 centimeters to the right. Should do the trick. God, I hope I never remember this. Sure, no problem. Thanks. Oh shit. Which one's the third bowl? Oh, okay, doesn't matter. It's awfully silent again, as if someone turned off the entire world outside these walls. The water inside the bowl stands still. Third bowl from the left 2 centimeters away. Looks like a ghost without creating a single trace of sound. The fourth bowl from the left 5 centimeters to the right. Some water spills out of the bowl, wetting the floor. The lead programmer sends you an encouraging thumbs up from across the hall. Time to run back, or maybe walk. This is a sacred place after all. Walk. Yes, what is it? Move the bolts to the right position. What's next? Great. Everything should be aligned now. She stops, biting into her chapped lip. Miss Know-It-All is hesitating. What's wrong? Yeah, she snaps out of the lull. Nothing. Now the only thing left to do is unmute the headphones. If we got the location right, we should then be able to hear whatever sound this anomaly makes. Why'd you have your headphones on mute in the first place? Honestly, she's avoiding your gaze. I'm a little scared. Isn't it going to just be silence? I don't know. She stares at the heart of her computer. That's what I'm scared of. I don't know. It could be anything. I mean, what sound does nothing make? How can you even listen to something that doesn't exist? She turns to face you, the mainframe throwing shadows on her chin. The silence is only what surrounds it, but the swallow itself is... She grows silent, her face very pale in the light of electricity. You're overthinking this. Maybe, she rubs her face. Maybe I'm just tired. It's scary, but we have to face it. Yeah, she breathes in. You're right, let's do it. She puts on her oversized headphones, ready to press unmute on the keyboard. Lieutenant takes a step back. And then nothing. Nothing happens as soon as Lucanen killed presses unmute on her keyboard. Nothing but silence. You can hear some small animal across the floor in the chancel. It's that quiet in the sanctuary. I am losing my voice. Can you hear anything? She doesn't answer. Her eyes closed and brows knitted together in a state of deep focus, one hand cupping the headphone. Well? Damn it. She lets out a loud sigh before tearing off her headphones. She's still avoiding your gaze. Come on, did you hear anything? No, of course not, she says, clearly disappointed. Nothing happened. Let's move on. Despite her fear, she was hoping for something extraordinary to take place. What do you mean nothing happened? Did you find the swallow? No. She rests her face on her hands, massaging her forehead. No, my hypothesis was wrong. According to this, I should have heard something if I got the coordinates right. Like I said, silence is only what surrounds it. But this, she raises her head, staring at all the machines below the church, cables coiling up on the floor like pests. This is another failure. Silence sounds like silence, that's all it is. You can try on the headphones, see if you can hear anything, but don't get your hopes up. Ooh. One moment. Get my seeing cap on. And that's everything. Okay, fantastic. Well, my perception is at 7, so... Put on the headphones. Ooh. Oh, the screen's going black. I gotta put on the voice. Hold on. Okay. Everything disappears. You are draped in silence like a drowning man staring into his puny little headspace. And then the pressure changes. What does it mean? It feels like flying on an aerostatic, or when your ears pop, or like a subtle difference in the atmosphere, a weather change hanging in the air. What if the sound you're looking for is too low for you to hear it? Suna, what if you just need a better sound system? A better sound system, she repeats. Alright, but where would we get one? Suddenly a rhythmic beat permeates the walls, causing a small patch of decorative stucco to crumble onto the wooden floor. They should really allocate some renovation funds to this place, murmurs the lieutenant, inspecting the damage onto the arabesques. No, what they really should do is shut down the disco men for disturbing neighborhood peace. Yes, but they could help with the speakers. You mean the speed freaks? She closes her eyes as more dance music invades the holy silence of the sanctuary. Of course, the speed freaks. They have a fantastic sound system. You think they would help me? They would if you wouldn't mind them moving in with you. I guess I could live through a week or two of peaceful coexistence. Great, I'll go talk to them then. Sure, let me know how it goes. She lingers a moment before adding, thanks, officer. Alright, I'll let you work in peace now. And then I will save. And I will quit. I think, yep, we're on 2 hours now. The magic number, as they say. I don't know who they are. But yeah. Thanks for coming today. Good night. God bless. I think next stream we'll go back to Pacific Drive, actually. I've been meaning to go back to that one. So, you got her respect. That's good. I appreciate having the respect of a programmer with the emotional intelligence of a brick. Anyway, I think next time we'll go back to Pacific Drive for a bit. Been meaning to get back into that. Get back into the swing of things. So, that'll be fun. See you later, whenever that happens.